Welcome back to our channel, fellow GH addicts. Today is Tuesday, and it is a beautiful day to dive into the absolute madness that is our favorite soap opera. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get right into the thick of it, because I have so many thoughts, and I need to share them with people who actually understand this chaos. I am typing this up late at night because my brain is just buzzing, and I cannot sleep after thinking about these June 2 spoilers. I mean, are we seriously doing this again? I can't believe they did that to Jocelyn. And by that, I mean locking her in the Windermere sub-basement and letting Pascal just relentlessly taunt her while she is completely helpless. I've been watching this show religiously since 2015. And this Windermere dungeon storyline is giving me the most frustrating deja vu. Remember when they tried this whole captivity angle with other characters? Remember when Faison used to lock people up down there? Yeah, it didn't work then either. It just dragged on for months, but here we are again, recycling the same cold stone walls. Pascal is literally standing there in the sub-basement, sneering at her, saying, "What a shame. You won't be able to do anything about it." About what, Pascal? I swear this guy is infuriating. Monsieur Snoopy Curieux is probably passing on some juicy and terrifying information he's overheard. Is he talking about Jack Brennan's fake stroke and his locked-in condition? Or is he just taunting her because Cassius, who I am, still struggling to accept, is parading around as fake Nathan West has her locked up tight? Pascal could be referring to any number of things that he thinks will get Jocelyn upset over being helpless. Because if there is one thing Jocelyn Jax hates more than anything, it is being told she can't do anything. She is her mother's daughter. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up to the Sunny, Laura, and Lucas situation, because this is actually fascinating and I need to break it down. Lucas Jones just waltzing through the door, smiling and telling Sunny and Laura if this is going to succeed. If you need me, I am absolutely here for this. I know some people are loving the mob heavy stuff lately, but personally, I love seeing a legacy character like Lucas getting his hands dirty and actually being involved in the main plot. Sunny was so doubtful that Lucas would want anything to do with getting Pascal Levesque to turn against Jen Sidwell. And honestly, I get it. Lucas is a doctor. He is usually the moral compass. He stays out of the Corinthos crime family drama. But Laura asked him, and suddenly he is all in. Why is he all in? Because Lucas is the ultimate snooper, that's why. He knows how to get into Windermere. He knows how to move around unseen. I actually hate that they are turning him into a spy. Actually, wait. No. I kind of love it. Because it gives him something to do other than just standing around the hospital looking concerned in scrubs. If he can get Pascal's attention, which won't be difficult for him, and figure out a way to eliminate Sidwell's leverage, I am fully on board. I just hope Sunny doesn't drag him too deep into the underworld. They have those blackmail photos, and Lucas is going to find out about them and vow to pitch in. It is so dangerous, but I am living for the drama. Okay, back to the Windermere dungeon point. Pascal is down there just reveling in his power over Joss. He is tossing threats around and enjoying every single second of it. He probably still wants revenge for whatever went down at the Five Poppies Resort, but Jocelyn is fiery. She is a fighter. She is not just going to sit there and take it. We already know she found Anna Devaney's old makeshift weapons from when Anna was held captive there back in October 2025. I am predicting right now that Joss is going to absolutely wreck Pascal or Cassius the second they turn their backs. I mean, she already hit Cassius with a chair in the preview. I am going to cheer at my television when she finally breaks out. She has been stuck there for way too long. Speaking of being stuck, can we talk about Jack Brennan at Turning Woods for a second? Nina Reeves is literally out of her mind, and I am obsessed with it. She visits Brennan, and it is so plain that he is happy to see her, even though you can only see the emotion in his eyes because he is still faking this locked-in syndrome. Nina leans in, tells him she is his only way out, because as long as he is in that facility, Ross Cullum is going to continue to keep him dosed. I'm sorry, but how is she going to get him out? Is she proposing to cover him up like a corpse and will him out? Smuggle him out in stolen scrubs and bring him to her house. It is so absurd, but this is GH. So she will probably just put a pair of sunglasses on him and walk him right past the nurse's station like it's nothing. I mean, Brennan had just come out of the effects of the paralytic long enough to talk very slowly, and now he has to go back to being a statue just to survive Cullum and Sidwell. Nina is encouraging him to be her scheming partner, and she didn't give him that second secret paralytic dose. I know some fans are shipping them so hard right now, and I was against it at first. but the chemistry is undeniable. They are bonded by trauma and dark secrets now. If Cullum finds out Brennan is faking, he will ship him off to Steinmauer, or just flat out kill him. So Brennan really has no choice but to protect Nina and Willow's secrets. And speaking of Willow, the absolute irony that Nina refused to keep Brennan paralyzed because she couldn't do to him what Willow is doing to Drew Kane. Mother and daughter both involved in drugging men into locked-in states. You cannot write better soapy poetry than that. Willow is over there crying to Chase, playing the victim, talking about how guilty she is while actively paying Sidwell to keep dosing Drew. It makes me so mad, but it is such good television. Michael is setting up a cheating trap for Willow and Chase, and honestly, I hope Willow falls for it just so this whole house of cards comes crashing down. Now let's pivot to the Spencer cousins, because my heart cannot take much more of this emotional roller coaster. Carly and Lulu are sitting around talking, Carly playing the supportive cousin, therapist. Straight up asks Lulu if she thinks Dante feels the same way about her. The audacity of Carly to just poke the bear like that. Lulu admits that part of her still loves Dante. Of course she does, but it feels like she moved on from Cassius when she thought he was Nathan awfully fast. Doesn't it? Like, she woke up from a coma, the world had changed, Sam McCall had died, Dante was grieving, and now suddenly she's having these old feelings stirred up. I don't know exactly how to feel about this. I hate how fast they are rushing Lulu's emotional recovery. Actually, maybe I don't hate it because I have been waiting for a Lante reunion for literally years, but it just feels so messy and rushed. Dante confessed to Lulu that he was planning to get Sonny's help, to disappear with her and Rocco, before he realized Rocco was gone. That confession totally broke down Lulu's walls. Does she feel like Rocco's runaway road adventure with Britt Westbourne is somehow bringing her and Dante closer? Nothing bonds parents like a missing child, I guess. Carly is going to offer some good advice, which usually means Carly's going to tell her to go after what she wants, regardless of the consequences. Classic Carly, she never learns, and she wants everyone else to be just as impulsive as she is. And where's Dante? During all this emotional unpacking, he is at the PCPD, standing by a water cooler with Elizabeth Baldwin. Rick Lansing is hovering somewhere, I'm sure, but Dante is focused. Detective Joe Fitzpatrick interrupts them, looking worried. Dante gets his hopes up and asks, "You got anything on Rocco?" My heart breaks for Dante. He is trying so hard to hold it together as a father, but Joe Fitzpatrick is shady. We all know he has a hidden agenda. Jonathan Bennett is playing him, and he has that sly smirk. And I just know he is working for Cullum or Sidwell. I do not trust him for a single second. If Joe says there are no leads, or if they found Britt's abandoned, Mercedes Dante is going to lose his mind. Sidwell already knows about the car. An abandoned car with no trace of the occupants is literally the worst news a parent can get. But Britt is smart. She is the Britch. She and Rocco couldn't just become literally invisible. It has to be a tactic to throw the searchers off the track. Rocco made that video message saying it was his choice to go, but Britt is still an adult on the run with a minor. She is in SO much legal trouble if they get caught. I am dreading the moment Cullum figures out Rocco was the one who shot him. If Cullum gets to them before Dante does it, is going to be an absolute bloodbath. I am so stressed for Rocco. Finally, we have to talk about the Quartermains, because the corporate drama is just as intense as the mob drama right now. Over at the Q Mansion, Brooklyn and Tracy are having a serious sit-down with Rick Lansing. Tracy is in full boss mode asking, "We need to get Sidwell out of our business. How do we do that?" "Yes, Tracy, take back deception." Sidwell has been holding this Zinsight supply over their heads for way too long. He demanded to be more than a supplier, and now he is a massive liability. I love seeing Tracy take charge. She is the matriarch we need right now. Rick Lansing actually has to pause and think about it for a minute before giving his answer, which is rare for Rick because he usually has a slimy legal loophole ready to go before you even finish asking the question. But Sidwell is dangerous. He hasn't submitted to the audit that Tracy requested long ago, and Maxie Jones couldn't get anywhere with it more recently either. They need legal help to force him out without triggering a violent retaliation. And let's not forget, Brooke Lynn is sitting there looking tense because she is secretly harboring the massive guilt of being the hit-and-run driver in Curtis and Jordan's accident. Michael knows her secret. Tracy covered up the damage on the BMW. How long until this entire house of lies collapses and ruins Brooklyn's marriage to Chase? I am telling you, this week is going to end in absolute tragedy for someone. Between Jocelyn trapped in a dungeon, fighting for her life, Brennan faking a stroke while Nina plots a ridiculous escape Rocco on the run from a literal maniac, and the Quartermains playing corporate warfare with a kingpin, Port Charles is a powder keg waiting for a match. I am so stressed out, but I also cannot look away for a single second. What do you guys think? Am I crazy for thinking Lucas is going to be the one to save the day at Windermere? Let me know, because I need to vent about this some more before tomorrow's episode.